What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to Way to Serve Style, serving you your dose of fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Sorry, I'm in the car driving, so the camera might be a little bumpy, but I kind of just want you guys to hear what I have to say. First of all, let me slow down and pay attention. This isn't the best setup, and not the ideal lighting. However, I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while, and for whatever reason it's been placed on my heart to complete it this week. But this morning, the news broke about Stephen Boss, better known as Twitch, from the Ellen DeGeneres show, The Ellen Show. He completed suicide today. Hopefully this conversation isn't triggering, but he decided to end his life. And if you followed him, you saw that he would post videos of him and his wife and his beautiful kids. Him and his wife were great dancers. And on the outside looking in, you think, wow, how could this even happen? It's just crazy. But, in light of the holiday season, you just never know. You never know what people are going through in any season, but particularly during the holiday season. The holiday season, the seasonal depression, anxiety, and the negative emotions associated with the holidays overall can be triggering. I am one who struggles with seasonal depression. I've struggled with depression and anxiety for most of my life, and I'm in a very good place now. However, the holiday season is still very difficult for me. It feels like sometimes you're underwater because you want to put on a good face, because this is a joyous occasion. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus, and everybody is coming together, especially in light of the pandemic. People are coming together and having fun, so you want to make sure you put on a good face as well. But there is this gnawing, impeding sensation of sadness and loneliness that bombards you during the holiday season, especially if you lost a loved one. And for me, since my grandfather passed away almost 15 years ago, I have had that feeling every year starting November up into the new year. And it sucks. It very much so sucks. I have managed to get through it. I have my ways of getting through it, and when I feel it becoming overwhelming, I have people in my circle who, ask the hard questions. How are your thoughts? What is going on? How are you doing? And every year, by the grace of God, I get through it. This year in particular, I was more proactive. I started therapy early, and I am going to probably have another session before Christmas comes, just to make sure I'm in a good place. This year, I'm going out of town for Christmas, which is something I usually never do. But even with the anxiety that's trying to rear its ugly head surrounding the trip, because it's a lot of us going, I am being more proactive to make sure I am in the right headspace, because a lot of people who are around you, who aren't close to you, and if you're anything like me, who is a very, very private person, you don't let too many people in, they wouldn't have any clue that you're someone who struggles with things of this nature. So I'm making an effort to be proactive in terms of coping with the grief. And that's exactly what it is, grief. And you don't necessarily grow out of grief. You grow around it. And grief can pop up many forms, many ways. And for me, around this time, it is again difficult. But with therapy and definitely with my faith, I am a Christian. I am a Christ-filled believer. If I did not have my relationship with God, if I did not saturate myself in the Word each and every day and make sure, hopefully it's not shaking too much. Hopefully it's not shaking too much. But if I didn't do those things to make sure that I am covered spiritually, I know, it would be far worse. But I'm grateful to God that He is a refuge. He is a strong tower. And when I have my moments, He is there to comfort me, to keep me. And I believe in complete and total healing from this. But I'm saying all that to say, seasonal depression is real. And mental health issues are real. You never know what people are going through, and you hear it a lot, be kind just to be kind. But on top of that, make sure the people that are close to you, you pay attention to their patterns, their behaviors, because those type of thoughts, they are very subtle, and you just never know. I talked about this training that I took called the ASSIST training. I don't have the acronym. If I find it, I'll put it right here. But it teaches you ways to hear if someone is considering, ending their life. And it's a great tool to have to be proactive in kind of talking them off the ledge. And, if you are someone who struggles with those thoughts, my prayers are with you. I know what that place feels like. I know what that dark space looks like. And it is difficult, but there is hope. There is hope. There is hope in living the life that you want to live and getting out of that space. But it requires work. It does require work. But when you get to a space, as I am, where you become such a light that it outshines the darkness, it's very freeing and liberating. So I encourage you, be that friend that annoys the heck out of everybody, that's up into people's face and asking, are you good? Asking the hard questions. Okay, what are you thinking? How are you feeling for real? And, just being a good sounding board and making sure that if you're asking those questions, you're asking those questions to yourself, checking in with yourself and making sure that you are good. Because, again, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what situations could trigger something that you thought you resolved. You just never know. And I'm believing and praying that, things would just get better overall in terms of the world that we live in, and especially when it comes to mental health. I do encourage you guys, the same way you go get checked up at a doctor, even if you don't have any illnesses or diseases, you still get checked out. And even with the dentist, once a year or twice a year, you go get your teeth checked and your teeth clean. Go get your mind checked. Talk to somebody. Sit on somebody's couch. Have a sounding board where you're able to be so vulnerable that you can release so many things that's bothering you. And in addition to that, doing the work that you need to do to deal with and overcome those situations that cause you to be in that darkest place. And if therapy isn't enough, consider medication. I would suggest that if you are taking medication, you should be in some form of therapy. Mental health medication, you should be in some form of therapy, because ideally you want to be able to function so much on your own where you have to take little to none. So I just stopped by to encourage you guys. Take care of yourself. Be that friend to yourself and to someone else, and ask the hard questions, and definitely be kind. Depression and anxiety can show up in many ways. It's just not sadness. It could be irritability. It could be withdrawn. You can, have issues and different patterns in terms of eating. Make sure you're paying attention to your loved ones and checking in with them regularly, because it's a struggle for some, but there's hope in the end. So I know this wasn't my traditional makeup video or haul or whatever the case, but like I said, and like I've been saying, Way to Serve Style is an umbrella to serve you guys in every capacity that I'm passionate about, and mental health is one of those passions. As you guys know, I am a state certified counselor by trade. I've seen this regularly and even experienced it. So I just encourage you guys, find the help that you need, do the work. As Pastor Irby states, let God work a mighty work. And this whole process doesn't work unless you work it. And even within that work, if you need to rest, take your time to rest. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself and giving yourself the things that you need to be your best self. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I wasn't rambling. And yeah, I think that's it. So happy holidays, guys. Be well, be safe, be proactive in getting help. And just know people are praying for you. And if you have not tried Jesus, I said I was going to be more intentional about, encouraging people or evangelizing in general. If you haven't tried Jesus, try developing a relationship with him, God, overall. And really understand that in developing a healthy relationship with Christ will in turn be your best approach to fight all of these tactics by the enemy, which there is a spirit of suicide, depression, and anxiety that tries to plague so many people, especially with the enemy's literal only reason for existing is to steal, kill, and destroy. So make sure that you are proactive in the things of God and develop a heart posture for God that you can't live, move, or have your being without him. So I encourage you guys to stay encouraged, and yeah, that's it. Take care, guys. Be well, be safe, and be blessed.